So, what is up, everybody? How's it going today? I apologize, you can't see my face, but this is how it is. This is how it is going forward. Especially if I want to make videos, I gotta find different ways to do it. And this is the best way for me to do it. You know what I mean? While I'm driving to work or from work. But yeah, so basically, I wanted to just talk about some gaming stuff and basically decided to talk about the Pokemon Direct stuff, the information we received, and my thoughts. So, as all Pokemon Directs always start off, they like to start off with the boring stuff, you know, with with the cards, new card announcements, and the new, you know, events in Pokemon Go or Pokemon Cafe Remix or, Pokemon Unite, maybe have a new Pokemons that you can play as, or event, or upgrade, or update, and then comes the Pokemon's Scarlet and Violet, the most recent or current Pokemon, games gets an update or some sort of raid or boss battle or something like that. So, classic takes about like the majority of the Pokemon Direct to show off all that incredibly awesome, boring stuff. Hey, if you like it, that's cool. I'm just kind of over all that stuff. But I mean, I do have remnants of missing playing Pokemon Go literally every day. Like, that was actually pretty fun. That was a good time, especially when Pokemon Go first came out. Oh my gosh, man, that was just world. It was just world changing. Um, if we ever got close to world peace, it was when Pokemon Go came out. So whenever Pokemon Go came out for the first couple weeks, it was like we have finally achieved world peace. This is what it felt like. um, but anyways, so yeah, and then we got the juicy stuff, and we knew we were gonna get like this whole. I mean, we were pretty certain we were gonna get Pokemon ZA, Legend ZA information, which we did. Um, one thing I realized until not until like yesterday, like at night, um, isn't the giant dude that's running the hotel in this game, who was the king in the X and Y games, that was like he's like a backpacker during the story. That big freaking tall dude with his floette. Wasn't he? Wasn't his name ZA? Wasn't it ZA? I should have honestly looked it up before I started to record this video, but I could have. Now thinking about it, I think his name is ZA or AZ or something like that. It's like close to whatever the title of this game is. So it sounds like he's probably gonna be like kind of an important NPC again. Um, well, I mean, he wasn't super important in the story, although like he had a lot. Well, yeah, he was. Yeah, no, he was. But yeah, anyways, so but one thing about Legends that just got me a little curious is, I mean, most likely this is before, um, like kind of like Legends is done like way in the past. This is probably before the events of X and Y, but maybe not. Well, you know what? Maybe not actually. Maybe this is in the future now that I think about it, because Floette is with him during these events. So this is probably like the future of like, this is past X and Y. you know. Um, so yeah, so that yeah, so this has to be in the future. It just has to be. So okay, um, interesting. So yeah, so it's interesting that this time around, Legends is taking like a way more futuristic route than you know than Legends Arceus, uh, which is which is fine. It's cool. It just we were kind of in with the idea that all Legends games were going to be kind of like this old school, like way old school sort of um, what's it called, like setting. But sorry, I'm just taking a sip of water. But it just seems like maybe now the question is because in Legends you basically get pulled out from freaking your life by Arceus into the past and have to save the past. But like, is that the same idea here? Are you playing X and Y and then you get zipped into the future from some sort of Pokemans and have to save the future, or is it like yeah, like well, I wonder what the setting is. Obviously we didn't get a lot of story details, so this is all just speculation, but I'm curious about it. And the biggest reason why I'm talking so much about this is because I'm actually interested in the game. So I can't lie. Now, is it the most interesting thing that I'm like excited for this year? No. But Legends, ZA definitely seems like a pretty fun game. Um, I am curious because obviously the trailer only showed you being inside of the city. So I personally do not believe you're only going to be inside of Lumino City. That would be insane. That'd be crazy. Like, no way. And so, well, you know what? Now that I think about it, there's no way that's going to happen. Like, Lumino City is probably your starting point, kind of like the village, that you start in. Um, and then, well, because it showed wild areas inside of the city. Yeah, there's no way it's going to be just the city. Yeah, no, I'm crazy. I honestly don't know if they've confirmed this or not, but maybe I'm like going off of old news or maybe just didn't look into it as much. But yeah, there's no way we're sticking to just the city. There's just no way. Um, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure that we'll be going outside of Luminos City and actually exploring the region. Um, yeah, and so I'm curious to see again what the settings like. Like, is this way into the future where like nobody really goes outside the city, or I'm really curious about the story. But yeah, but I'm honestly really excited. Like this seems like a pretty fun game. Um, Now that my oldest son, who's 5, who will be 6 this year in summer, um, now that he's really fallen in love with gaming, mom does not like it at all. She secretly, I'm pretty sure she tried to avoid our oldest son or our son's thirst for gaming, just like my thirst for gaming. But it's just inevitable, especially because not only do I love gaming and game, but I also very frequently talk about games. So it's kind of impossible not to rub off onto my my seed, you know. But yeah, so we're kind of dealing with that. He's only allowed to play for a certain amount of time, and we're also trying to do where like he can only play a couple days a week, which we're kind of successful with. I'm kind of successful with, but anyway, yeah, he loves it. He loves gaming. It's funny because he'll like. It's funny for me. She doesn't like it, but my wife. But he'll basically like wait until she leaves, or like tries to, game before, after she leaves. Like, she knows that he waits for her to leave so he can ask about trying to, play a game or something. Or like one time she like took a nap and he like grabbed his Switch and started playing, and my wife found out, and and then I was there, and I saw that like he grabbed it and he put it back when he noticed she was awake or waking up. So it's pretty funny. He's like terrified of her, not letting him play. But anyways, so yeah, I know that'll change with time. She's just very old school Latina. Latinos are very against gaming. So in general, it's very old school mindset. But we're working on it. We're working on it. So anyway, um, but my point was that I'm sure he'll love this game, which is cool because this is like the second game I'm excited for him to try out this year. So the first being Fantasy Life I, so we can play together. That won't be fun together for sure. But anyway, so yeah, but the one thing I also did not, well, I guess also did not. I mean, like the one thing I didn't like is the starter choices. Like, I really am curious because like the starter choices from the first game, there's a reason they were those. It was like there was it had sense with the theme, all of the Pokemon starters that were available or your choices had a theme for being there, but it was also cool that they were all from each like different generations or different regions. I just I like I I really don't like that there's two Gen 2 Pokemon here. I just why, like why? Like Totodile, yes, but Chikorita, bro? I talked about this on my reaction, but like, man, they should have put in Trico, bro. Like Trico is like definitely my favorite starter, my favorite grass starter, I mean. But like you gotta switch it up a little bit, man. It's like, come on, two Gen 2 Pokemans. Oh man. At least put Bulbasaur in there. Like at least put Bulbasaur, like any other Gen 2 or any other grass starter. I don't know. I feel like it was a missed opportunity. I mean, obviously we're gonna get over it. We're gonna get over it. It's not a big deal, right? Um, but then again, a lot of the criticisms we have, or a lot of the speculation, it's coming from the first game, which makes sense. It's like, obviously, we're basing all of the information we're seeing from the first game, Legends Arceus. Like we thought it was going to be, way back in the day time sort of thing. We thought it was going to be a different starter from different regions. This is, I guess, what we hoped for, but at the end of the day, we're getting something pretty different, which again, it's fine. It's like, I know when the game comes out, we're probably going to be, nobody's going to care anymore, or maybe they will, who knows. But anyways, the point is, I am a little disappointed in that. I won't lie. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I know I'm not choosing Chikorita. Like, I think Chikorita's cute. Don't get me wrong. Meganium's all right. This is not to hate towards Chikorita. It's just to say, what the hey, What the hey. But anyway, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on the game, on the trailer, on my thoughts about Pokemon Legends ZA? I'd love to know your thoughts, dudes. Let's definitely talk about it. One thing I want to do before I end this video, which I got to remember to do, man, is give a shout out to my members, bro. I got to give a shout out to my members, bruh. I'm talking about the Poke Kiddo 1, which is part of the Ultra Papito tier. And we got Mr. Jack Ostrich Gaming for being part of the Power Papitos. So thank you both very much for being members. I appreciate you guys very, very much. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Yeah, and besides that, we will definitely get into what I'm playing / watching / doing, because I didn't really plan on this being a podcast episode, but this is probably the best time to record it. So let's go ahead and get into what I'm playing / watching / doing in the next segment of my podcast. All right, so one of the games that I'm playing, as we all know, is Fantasy Life on the 3DS. I've still been playing that like cry. Basically, I am in the spot where this is kind of like past where where my goal was to be. My initial goal that I was grinding for, because my initial goal that I was grinding for, well, there was two. There was to master all the lives, and then there was also to finish Origin Island. And I've done both of those technically. Is there still more content in the game? Yes, because, for example, I also made it to creator rank for Mercenary. Now, I haven't made it to creator rank for all the vocations, the lives, right? But I did make it for Mercenary, which is awesome. It's actually been a lot of fun. I actually think for Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, I think I actually might go Mercenary starting off instead of Paladin, because I was really into Paladin for a long time. But I don't know, dude. The end, the hero level armor that I got and sword were really cool. Although I'm using an even stronger sword right now that I get after completing, I think from Port Puerto, their national treasure or whatever, that Great Blade. That's the one I think I'm using right now, but it's freaking awesome and super powerful. But basically, I've just been having a blast with being a mercenary. So I think I might actually just go Mercenary for the new game. But anyway, so in terms of where I'm at for what I want to accomplish is actually trying to beat the tower. So, and another goal I also had that I didn't even realize was collecting all of the homes, buying a house in each region or town. It's funny because for the longest time, I didn't realize that I could have bought a house in Terra Nimbus a long freaking time ago. I'm not going to lie, I 100% did not even notice that I could buy a house in Terra Nimbus. It was so hard to notice it. I legit didn't even notice it. It honestly, I only noticed it because I 100% it was random. I decided to talk to every villager in the village this time around, and I realized that one of them was trying to sell the house. And the thing is, the house you buy in each town is usually facing towards you, the player. And so you can tell that there's a little sign outside the house that shows that you can buy it, right? But in this case, there wasn't, because the house that you can buy is facing west, to your left, to the left. And so you couldn't even tell it was a house you could buy. And so I legit 100% didn't even notice. Like, I found the house I could buy in Origin Island before I found the one I could buy in Terra Nimbus. And again, it was 100% random. And so it's kind of funny because like I legit don't know. Like, I just assumed that Terra Nimbus, there was no house in Terra Nimbus. Like, I just assumed that the whole time. And so until again, I like randomly ran into this issue or this situation. But yeah, because I was thinking about it the whole time. I was like, yeah, of course there's a house in Terra Nimbus. Like, even before I got there, I was like, oh, there's going to be a house in Terra Nimbus, you know? But I got there and I was like, no, this is like a little cute village, like of plushies. And so, yeah, no, there's not a house here. Like, yeah, I can't see one. So, yeah, okay, there's not one here. Right. And so that was like the end of it. But then I realized after going to Origin Island, I was like, wait, so is Origin Island the 5th slot or is it the 6th slot? And so I was so freaking confused, man. There is still that one big freaking house in Castell that I could technically buy, I'm assuming. But I think that would just take the slot of Castell's home, Because in Castell, there's technically 3 places you can live in, which is your first initial room on top of Pam's house. And then the one by the lake, which I own right now, which I love. That was my favorite. And then the big freaking mansion in the middle of the city. Well, it's not in the middle, but it's in like one of the plazas. And it's like ginormous. But I don't really care about that one, honestly. But anyways, the point is, one of my like other goals that I didn't even realize was a goal was to also collect all the homes, which I finally did, basically. Or at least a home in every location or village. So I was able to do that. And I completed my home decks in Fantasy Life 3DS. So super happy about that, dude. But yeah, and then basically, like I said, the towers is like probably one of the last things I want to do before the second game comes out. So that's my other goal. And the thing is, I attempted it this last week, and my God, bro, my goddess Celestia, I got rocked, even by stupid carrots, which they're called like sage carrots now in like the Origin Island, like, the Origin Island version of the carroties and the radishes are freaking like sage mode or whatever. They're called sages. And they're freaking way freaking powerful. Keep in mind, I'm like level 79 right now. And they're still just whomping on me. So, yeah. But also, the level limit before Origin Island was 100, and now it's 200. So, yeah, I'm assuming that it went up pretty dramatically. And I can also tell, yeah, the tower is kind of like the Elite Four of a Pokemon game, where you usually, to grind up your Pokemon to like max level in a Pokemon game, you would just like, at least I used to back in the day, I would just like play through the Elite Four like nonstop. And every time I'd play through the Elite Four, I would at least get like 2 levels on my Pokemon. Eventually it was just like 1 level, because of how much experience you needed. But eventually you'd get to a level 100 and you were done. And so the tower in Origin Islands kind of reminds me of the Elite Four in that sense, where it's like the strongest trainers in the land, and If you want to reach the highest level in the game, you got to just grind that tower, man. And that's the thing. There's 3 different like levels to the tower, and I haven't even been able to beat the first one, bro. I'm telling you, man, I got my butt kicked. And so I made it to like the 5th floor of the first like room or whatever, or the first like area of the tower. And I had to bounce, bro, because I literally ran out of food. I have no more food. I ran out of healing potions. And I went through like 30 freaking life cures. And so, bro, I bounced. I freaking bounced. And right now, I'm just kind of like, well, I was grinding for gold right now and also kind of for like healing items. But yeah, and I was able to get enough gold to, again, purchase the last home that I needed to purchase. But I definitely need more healing items before I go back to the tower. So I don't know if I'm just going to kind of maybe work on getting to either a creator rank or a little bit maybe legend rank with all the other lives, so I can build up like material or like cook, more food and catch more fish and all that. So I could be better prepared for the towers, or if I just like try and grind, screw it, like I just grind and go for it. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely feel like I'm nearing the end of what time I'm going to put into Fantasy Life on the 3DS. I do feel like I've definitely gotten more out of this game than I thought I would, and I've gotten enough out of the game that I feel like complete, like I feel like I've played enough of it, if that makes sense. Like I still want to play it because it's like so adorable and so charming and really addicting and fun. But I feel like I might even just like just stop now and then just like hang on to these feelings of enthusiasm to keep progressing for like the new game, So I might just do that. But anyways, besides Fantasy Life 3DS, I've also been playing a little bit of Dragon Quest 3 HD2D Remake. I posted on Discord and YouTube and X the other day that I was like, I'm back, baby, sort of thing. It's funny because I only played for about like 5 or 10 minutes when I took that picture initially. And I went back to Fantasy Life afterwards. But yeah, but I do want to get back to that game because I still do have a lot to do in that game. Or at least it feels like I do. So I definitely want to get back to that game. But talking about the Nuzlocke version of that game, the Nuzlocke challenge that I'm streaming, I definitely was able to get pretty far into the Maw of the Necrogong, like really far, and I was able to level up quite a bit. But I got to the point now where I had to leave because I was just like, it was a little too much, But I'm nearing, like I know how to get to where I need to get to. And I'm nearing the end of the Maw of the Necrogong to where I should be able to get to the next area pretty quickly when I go back in. So that's good. But my Nuzlocke challenge last stream that I did was basically just like 100% that. So it was cool. It was just, just a little, it was basically just grinding through Maw of the Necrogong. But yeah, so next stream, which would technically have to be tonight, but we'll see. That depends on when my kids go to sleep, or maybe tomorrow morning or something. We'll definitely be going back into the Maw of the Necrogong, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, there's that. And then I've actually, so this is a random one for sure, but I've been playing a little bit of Kirby's Kirby Allies or whatever on the Nintendo Switch. The free to play one where you like gather gem apples or whatever. I'm sure everyone's tried it out when it first came out, but then like put it down pretty quickly or totally forgot about it. But I've been playing a lot of that one actually, surprisingly, mostly because me and my son started trying it out, um, which was pretty fun. It's a game that he can enjoy a little bit more, um, just because like the games he usually plays are like get progressively harder and harder. And once they get progressively harder, like any Mario game or Sonic or whatever, like he just totally hits a wall because I mean he's 5, and he just gets so frustrated. Smash Bros has been good because and he's surprisingly gotten really good at Smash Bros. But like obviously if he gets paired with like a higher level computer or something, he's just gonna get rocked. And that happens a lot. And he just gets frustrated. So but it has been easier to like manage the skill level for him with Smash Bros. So he really enjoys Smash Bros. Um, but Kirby's Allies, Superstar Allies or whatever, has been a lot of fun. I've even played it on my own when I have a little bit of time. And so that's been kind of fun too. But besides Fantasy Life on the 3DS and a little bit of Dragon Quest 3, HC2 Remake, and a little bit of Kirby All Stars, I haven't played anything else. I don't think. Yeah, I haven't played Elden Ring. I haven't played Dragon's Dogma 2. I haven't played anything because I've just been focusing on my. Well, I've been trying to focus more on my card game, Phoenix Quest card game, but I've also been really busy with other things, and so it's been very challenging to do things I want to do. But hey, it's part of life, it is what it is. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. But besides that, I've been watching a little bit of anime. So let's definitely get into some anime talk. Been watching Dragon Ball Daima. Caught up on that. Technically not caught up anymore because today is Friday when I'm recording this. So new episodes out now, which I believe is the second to last episode from what I am gathering. And it's pretty epic, dude. Freaking dude. This is like a pretty big spoiler, but like so if you actually care, go away. Like go away, dude, But like freaking Goku, bro, goes Super Saiyan 4. He goes Super Saiyan 4, bro. Yeah. So it was pretty sick. The way that it happened also is really cool. It makes a lot of sense. I really like it. They like basically 100% got rid of GT now for sure. Like the story of it because yeah, it's over with. It just doesn't make sense anymore. But yeah, but I'm excited to see today's episode because I believe there's more transformations or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited though. I'm really excited to see what happens in today's episode. But yeah, besides that, I've been watching still a little bit of Hajime no Ippo whenever I can. That's been fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's been a good time. Aoki just had his championship match and he lost barely, but it was really good. Aoki is basically the troll of the series, which I very much enjoy. But yeah, he's a lot of fun. Yeah, and then in terms of anything else, what else have I watched, bro? That's like worth mentioning, Not much really. Yeah, not really. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else I've watched that is actually worth mentioning. So we won't mention anything else. But I would like to give a somewhat of an update on my Phoenix Quest card game. So basically, I'm to the point where, like, oh my gosh, I've been so stuck on the the way that skills and abilities or spells, like weapons and vocations, everything works in the sense of like balancing for everything. I've been really stuck because also the other challenging part, which I talked about on my last episode, but it's like you're coming up with trying to balance the game, but also trying to make it as like, you know, like like simple to understand, but also that there's enough depth to it that people want to keep playing and progressing and like, you know. So it's been very challenging, but I think I finally, and I said this last time, but I was actually wrong. But I think this time for sure I finally actually figured it out, and now I'm just kind of adding to that foundation, if that makes sense. And so I'm just working on writing down all the information, coming up with a little bit more information, organizing everything, and then eventually I'll then after that, which I hope to do soon, maybe this week was in, next week when this episode comes out, start actually assigning abilities and skills and vocations and weapons and paths, skill trees to like the characters and monsters and all that stuff. So, anyways, still got a lot of work ahead of me, but it's been good. It's been good. So I'm excited to keep progressing. But yeah. So anyway, that's basically it for the rest of the episode. So I think we're good. I think I've got nothing else to say. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next episode, dudes. Okay? Peace and love. Stay safe out there.